Good morning to you guys. I hope you're doing well. Let's see if we can get a better view on this. Okay, so today, just to prove to you guys that my channel is very versatile and original. Usually I have a BMW hat or a baseball hat on, right? But today I have a stocking cap. So I'm gonna let you in on why that is. So 22 years ago, we went on a trip of a lifetime. I had a friend at work who had a relative who had been on many winter snowmobiling trips to Yellowstone Park out in, I guess, Wyoming and Idaho, and part of it might even be Montana, I think. So, so we took a trip and we flew into Bozeman. You take a van, a four-wheel van. Have you ever driven in a hiked up four-wheel drive van for like an hour and a half from Bozeman to West Yellowstone, which is on the edge of Yellowstone Park, a nice little town. And we had a package through a hotel there. It's still there, called Three Bears Lodge. Three Bears Lodge, and the whole package, your airfare, hotel. I think they give you some meals and all your gear. So they give you gloves, boots, snowmobile suits, pretty much everything. You don't really need anything. And a guide for a couple of days, and you stay at this lodge, which is in downtown West Yellowstone. West Yellowstone, small little town, maybe I don't know, maybe 3,000 to 4,000 people. A lot of little. And I, I highly recommend it. I mean, if you can, it wasn't cheap. I think for two of us 20 years ago, it was like $3,000. Um, so it was a great trip. We had a great time. You're going to see a lot of wildlife. You won't see any bears, but you'll see a little bit of everything else. You'll see elk. You'll see, if you're lucky, maybe some wolves or coyotes and bald eagles. We saw some otters. We saw yeah, actually bison, little bison. We're actually on the road with the bison. Actually use the road to go from feeding ground to feeding ground. So you got to be careful. If you look on the internet, there's a lot of crazy people that go to Yellowstone and try to get as close as they can to a bison, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. We didn't have any problems, but we kept away from them a safe distance, and didn't try to pet them or anything like that. So we saw, like I said, a lot of ducks and geese, and trumpeter horns and bald eagles, and an occasional moose. The guy I was with really wanted to see a moose, and it took a long time before we saw a moose, and I think we saw one at a long distance. Um, So, like I said, they close the park November 1st and open it whenever they have a decent amount of snow. Um, there's a loop that goes around the park, a road, and it's like 100 miles. If you were to drive all the way around the park, it's like a 100-mile excursion. We probably put 75 to 100 miles each day on the snowmobiles, into and out. And we probably saw like 40% of the park. There was parts we didn't see. We never made it to the lake. We didn't get to, I think we were up north a little bit. Saw the geyser, Old Faithful, that area, the melting pots or whatever they have there, where a lot of steam and stuff. Saw the new lodge that was relatively new back then. They still have the old one there, but they don't use it, I guess. It's kind of just sitting there by Old Faithful. So so I wanted to share with you today. I got some shorts out there on our channel. If you go in and search for Yellowstone, you will be able to find some videos there. So here's one of them. Here's one of the videos, the shorts that I did. So let's go ahead and try running that one. All right.
Can't move it. Hold on.
Nothing more awesome than snowmobiling in Yellowstone on a wintry day. Land Cruiser Midwest.
There's an elk. We were
Subscribe.
hiking back on a trail and came across this huge elk
He's still not bothered by us.
who was, I guess, living there by this waterfall. So we gingerly walked around him, and he kept an eye on us the whole time that we were walking.
He is watching us, though, and he does see us. Don't do that. Yes. Even B. He's got his eye on us, though. There you go.
He had the evil eye on us as we walked by to this waterfall. You could hear
Thought we were
the
at the end of the
background.
tape. All right, where are the bison? There they are. They should be right over here.
This is another location. There's a bison.
There he is.
I think this is close to Old Faithful.
Hard to move.
It's hard.
It's heavy.
Can't move it. Hold on. Here we found
Nothing more awesome.
So, as you can, I mean, what you don't realize, a lot of this video was done on VHS. I had to transfer all this video over to, let's see, we'll get another one getting ready here for you. We had to transfer this from a VHS tape because it was like a Super C VHS back in the 2001 that we used. And many years ago, we transferred it all into VHS, and I had to buy a special connector to pipe this stuff into my PC. So that's why the quality's not the best. But here's another one. Here's where one day the guide took us to, I think it was like a trout stream or something, and there was these otters that lived there too, and they would come and take the crackers that we have and just kind of, you throw them down to them in the water, and they would just kind of float on their backs and eat these crackers. You might be able to see some trout in this stream too.
Nothing more awesome than snowmobiling in Yellowstone on a wintry day. Land Cruiser Midwest. Subscribe.
We got to get a picture of Chris running in his suit. He's got some beef jerky for it.
What is that?
Yeah, now look at him holding that and eating. Floating away.
Cute little guys, aren't they?
That was a prize for him.
This is great because we can see his teeth in here.
So there you go. I'll let that play. Turn the sound off, but Yeah, yeah, it was a great trip, and highly recommend it. It runs until like March sometime when they obviously they run out of snow there. We went, it was like the first or second week in January, and one day we took the snowmobiles and we were on like a cornfield, which had those metal fence posts on the perimeter, and there was probably just this much of the fence post that you could see. The rest of it was um, all all snow. So we were riding on a cornfield that probably had about 2.5, 3 feet of snow. And the guy just kind of made sure just stay away from those things sticking out there. He says you can do whatever you want in this field, go crazy, and not worry about hurting yourself. So safety was a big concern, and of course nobody got hurt on our trip. But I do remember towards the end, one day we had to go. They would not open Yellowstone because the snow was melting on the roads, and there wasn't enough snow to allow snowmobiles in because you're supposed to stay on the road. You're not allowed to get off the road. So he took us to this other side of town where they had it was a national forest, old logging roads and stuff that were available to tourists there, and there was plenty of snow. There was like 3 feet of powder there, and we had a hard time just walking in some of the snow. It was so deep. So, and it was just a matter of, one side of town was Yellowstone, the other side of town was this national forest. So obviously we must have been in between some mountain ranges or something there. One range would get it, and the other one wouldn't sometimes. So it was a cool trip, and we highly recommend it to anyone. To anyone. So let's see. I got another couple of videos out there. Let's see if we can pull up another one here. We'll get this one going here for you.
Okay, that's two top over there. You can't even see it.
What was the mountain we saw yesterday on the way?
Nothing more awesome than snowmobiling in Yellowstone on a wintry day. Land Cruiser Midwest. Subscribe.
Forest.
That was neat going through all those trees.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Oh.
We're in Idaho right now?
No, we're still in Montana.
Cruising through the national
the ride
forest.
this morning is the ride.
It's a wild ride in that national forest,
There's a Canadian geese right down here.
especially when you got somebody that knows what they're doing. He was zooming through these
The ride
trails.
This morning's one that a lot of people don't know about.
Okay, that's two top over there. You can't even see it.
What was the mountain we saw yesterday on the way?
Nothing.
So as part of your daily fee, you get a tour guide. Which one day we went in the park and went by ourselves, but the other days we took this gentleman along, and this was the day we went to the national forest, and I'm glad we brought him along. We were going up to some top of a range or a mountain, and we had a line. Everyone had their own snowmobile, so there was like 5 of us, and we were going up this logging road, and there was a big sign that basically said, hey, the weather changes very dramatically here. Travel with caution. And we went by that. We blew by that sign. I didn't think anything of it. Within 5 to 10 minutes later, we were in a whiteout. And this guy, the tour guide, stopped us, and he said, hey, if you want to go on, we can, but he goes, I don't recommend it because it's starting to get bad. I mean, it would literally, we were having a hard time seeing each other. We were maybe 50 to 75 feet between the snowmobiles, and we could barely make out the people ahead of us. And, it's possible someone could have taken a wrong turn and gone somewhere else. So at that point, we decided that we were going to head down. We weren't going to make it to the top of this this mountain range where we were going to have stupendous views, but with the snow coming in like that, I was scared. I was scared for my life after. I mean, it was definitely a whiteout. You couldn't see very far at all. So we skedaddled back down the mountain range and headed back to West Yellowstone and called it a day. But as you can see, beautiful scenery. Even even in this grainy VHS technology from 2001 or two, I believe. You can see the snowmobile suits are retro, right? Or retro of the early 2000s. But it was a trip of a lifetime, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you're looking for something to do, highly recommend it. I mean, there's like 3 to 4 million people that go through Yellowstone in the summer, so I don't recommend going there in the summer if you don't like crowds. Last I checked, in the winter, which runs from November to like March or maybe April, they get like maybe 100,000 people. That's it. So what would you choose, right? The summer with millions and millions of other people and traffic jams and everything, or a matter of like 4 or 5 months in the winter where they only get 100,000 people total. Like I said, it was a dream trip. I never would have thought of doing this. If you would have mentioned a national park to me, I would say, hey, go to it in the summer. But it makes sense to do it in the winter, and you're going to see a lot of wildlife. You're not going to see the bears, but you are going to see a lot of other wildlife, and the scenery is just unbelievable. And they have, they used to, I imagine they still do, but they have warming huts or stations in the park, stationed around on these roads, so you can stop and buy some hot chocolate, use the washrooms, and pick up a sandwich or something too there. So they were pretty much conveniently located. I think they had 5 or 6 of them spaced out around the park, and they were a great destination to stop at as you're going through your daily trip. So let me see if I can find one more video here for you guys. So just go to Land Cruiser Midwest in the search bar and put Land Cruiser Midwest Yellowstone, and it looks like there's four videos, shorts out there that you can look at. Here we are coming out of the park. See all the people. I think it closes at dark or something, so everyone's coming out. This is West Yellowstone.
Nothing more
You
awesome
see people
than
just ride their snowmobiles
snowmobiling
on the
in
street.
Yellowstone
They don't really
wintry
plow
day.
too much.
Land Cruiser Midwest.
Montana
Let's
now.
ride.
Okay, West Yellowstone.
Snowmobiling's a way of life there. There was a couple different hotels, and there you go. There you go. Definitely a trip of a lifetime, folks.
You can see the snow falling on them. They started to snow.
As I said before, you could check out, I think they're still in business, Three Bears Lodge in West Yellowstone. They have package deals. You can learn about it. I'm sure there's videos out on Tube too. A little better quality than this, but just wanted to expose you to some of the stuff that we have on our channel. We're not just about the economy or finances or food. We've got a little bit of everything. Let's turn that off. So there you go. There you go. Live streaming some Yellowstone to you guys. So I think we'll end it there. So check out our channel, Land Cruiser Midwest, and you'll find the Yellowstone videos there too. They're short videos, so check them out. They're worth watching, and enjoy, folks. Over and out, DJ Wonder, Chrissy.